on that attack. And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Here's Cole. And the rejection by Cousins. The drive by Collison. No good. Well, for New Orleans, shooting 44% on their field goal attempts in quarter 3.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole. Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Well, folks, tonight a great rebounding game we're watching in progress. And now, with that in mind, let's take a look at the all-time record for rebounds in a single game. How about Wilt Chamberlain with 55 rebounds back on November 24th, 1960.
And guys, that's one of those records that always seemed to me impossible to break. I mean, in the modern era, nobody's even sniffed that 55 rebound mark. I mean, heck, a lot of teams don't get 55 rebounds in a game, and Wilt's owned it since 1960.
That one goes. Count. Ajinca's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Sacramento.
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped. Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Douglas against Collison. Pulls up on the wing.
I think it's going to be tough for them to trim this deficit if he keeps missing those kinds of shots, Kevin. I mean, they need his points.
McLemore, no good.
Oh, boy, that would have been a nice alley-oop.
Boy, I really liked the thought on that play, but didn't quite get it executed. Almost made a spectacular play.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
And Kosta Koufos picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Rudy Gay's checked in for the Kings. And New Orleans also making a change. Drew Holiday's checked in for Tony Douglas.
Drew.
Guarded by McLemore. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Yeah, it's just hard to make up when you have an inability to make free throws consistently, and that's why they ended up losing.
Yes, sir. I think some doubt started to creep in when they kept missing those foul shots. I mean, you could see them start to shy away from wanting to even go to the line.
Cunningham's gone 2 of 2 from three-point land tonight. Gay drives in. That ball's great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got assist number 8 now on the night. Holiday inside the line, and yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Holiday's got 16. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And he can't hit the second. Gets it off. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And at the end of the third... And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Well, for New Orleans, shooting straight 49% from the field. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. We've got Alexis Ajinca. He's out there with Perkins. Holiday out there with Luke Babbitt. Cauley Stein passes to Butler. And Anderson kicks to Cauley Stein. And Butler, here we go. And for Caron Butler, came into the league as a hard-nosed defender, good rebounder for a small forward. But it seems like as he matured, Greg, he became more of a three-point marksman.
Great point. And you know, early in his career, the difficulty with the outside shot, his game was more about toughness. But like most smart veterans, he extended his range so he could live to play a little longer, which he certainly has.
Good on the shot. And for Sacramento, they're shooting a scorching 68% in the game. He kicks it to McLemore, and they go to the intentional foul.
Well, we all know how loud NBA arenas can get. I mean, last season there were some accusations thrown around that it wasn't all organic. I mean, some players felt as if some of the NBA crowd noise was artificial.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Butler's got 4 points now in the quarter. It's stolen by McLemore. It's blocked. And here comes the break. Here's Babbitt. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
Some heavy accusations about artificial noise being pumped in last year. We've seen the issue in the NFL, talked about now in the NBA. Seeing it in other sports, there's a case that maybe the NBA's got to deal with this.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I know some stadiums, it might feel like there is extra noise being pumped in. And listen, there are a lot of fan bases that we have are just flat out loud. I mean, it can be electric. But having said that, I don't think we want to have the artificial noise being pumped in. I think it does the game a disservice.
Tony Douglas is checked in for Drew Holiday.
Is there another player out there capable of moves as stunning as that?
A handful at the most. He is an elite company.
You know, he's got that it factor, no doubt about it. He causes excitement just by walking in the building.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Babbitt, good.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the three, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Douglas for three, and another three for New Orleans. And Sacramento has possession. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. And that'll be game one of a four-game road trip. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Cole's checked in for New Orleans.
Just a really solid display there of rebounding. They've done it really all game.
Dominating on the glass, Greg. I mean, a huge advantage for them in that particular category.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
Right wing. Perkins kicks to Ajinça. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
And there's got to be some defensive help there. I mean, the size difference is just too great.
And the Kings making a change here. Collison's out there.
You know, it hasn't always been the case in the NBA, but parity is at a great spot right now. Every team can compete for a title or end up last in their conference, it seems. It's something the NBA wanted and ultimately now has achieved.
Cole's shot is good.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
The Kings have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Straight frustration right there, and I agree with you. Self-control of your emotions a must-have if you're going to play winning basketball.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Cauley Stein. Gay comes in for Quincy Ace. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Caron Butler. And Curry subbed in for James Anderson. He's covered by Collison. Here's G, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
A long wind-up and a strong follow-through on that one-hand jam.
He's not going to mess that one up for sure.
I sure hope not.
And good on the basket. Book it.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball in rhythm.
Kings leading now by 20. Now Bellinelli. And so they foul intentionally.
Man, you talk about a guy that's bounced around the league since he's been in it. Darren Collison. I mean, he's played on 5 different teams in his first 6 seasons, and he's been a contributor and an impact player on all of them.
For Darren Collison, played a career-high 35 minutes a game last year. Seemed to help him find his rhythm, Greg, on offense.
And his coach had confidence in him, and boy, did he deliver. Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that hip injury shut him down after 45 games, but a positive season for him to build upon nonetheless.
Sacramento making a switch here. Rondo's checked in.
You know, another point of contention between every NBA fan is whether or not the age restriction is a good thing. Some want it increased, others want it gone altogether. You know, for me, it's a matter of whether or not you as a team feel that that player can make an impact on your roster.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry.
Hey, kid, you ready? All right.
Here's New Orleans. They're on a 20-6 run. And it's Cole missing. And there are arguments, Clark, on both sides for the NBA and the age restriction it has currently right now. Having one seems to have helped the level of play overall, but I think there's some improvements that can be made.
Yeah, with the D-League coming into its own, though, Kevin, the discussion has opened up again. NBA teams used to not have a place for high school players. The D-League could serve in that regard now, but having a restriction is something that I think has helped the NBA. I actually would like to see it be 20 years old.
Me too. Here's Curry. Kept alive. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Well, Marco Bellinelli in this one. He's got 13 points, and he's sprayed home 3 3-pointers as well.
This is really production personified from long range.
And McLemore, he's checked in for Curry.
And, you know, guys, Marco Bellinelli really hit his stride 2 seasons ago. He was way up across the board as a shooter and assist man. Even his rebounding had improved over his career averages. But then last year, he took a bit of a step back.
Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. No good from Cousins.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Talking about Bellinelli, he won the NBA three-point shootout back in 2014. Looked like he'd perfected his stroke. That gave him, Greg, confidence in every other part of his game.
And talent is one thing, but confidence truly does trump almost everything else. And he just didn't seem to have it last season. But he has that craftiness and high-level skill set to really bounce back this year and prove that he's the real deal.
The drive by Cousins, and he banks in the layup. Cousins has got 12 points here in the second half.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
And Davis can't get it to go. Sacramento's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
You know, when you look at DeMarcus Cousins, he's clearly one of the more talented and also one of the most emotional players in the game. He's also one of the most teed up.
So for the Pelicans, Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Anthony Davis. Luke Babbitt comes in for G. And Tony Douglas is subbed in for Norris Cole.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
Yeah, talking about Cousins' top 5 in technical fouls in each of his first 5 seasons. Among other things, that's given away a ton of free points, guys, to the opposition.
Yeah, DeMarcus is working hard to control that temper, and he knows it's important for the team. But it's hard to plug a volcano. And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Kings.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, Clark seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for DeMarcus Cousins. And the way he rebounded, he surely was a spark for the team as he was securing everything that came off the iron.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Look at that shot!
Oh, my goodness.
How did that
about that?